Hello wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be looking back over my favourite bass singles or originals from 2018. So as you all know, I recently started a little series on the channel called Retro Reviews, where I'm reviewing projects that were put out in the recent past, kind of last 3 to 5 years ago or so, and which aren't quite classic yet, but which have grown on me over time in that 3 to 5 year period or so, and which I want to revisit. And so far, I've done a couple from 2018, and I want to carry on in that vein. And so here, I just thought I'd have a look back at my favourite singles or originals list from that year, and just see, yeah, how much of it would stay the same, what I would change, and all of that. Generally not an amazing year, in my opinion, but the good stuff, as with every year, was exceptional, and I think it'll be interesting to see just how much my views have kind of changed in that stretch of time. Definitely the past, and it feels old by this point, but it's still pretty recent. So yeah, just gonna have a quick look back on that year, which is also the year, don't forget, that I started the channel. And so yeah, at the same time also has my approach to music appreciation changed in that time, and the amount of music I cover and all of that. So yeah, beyond the list we have here, there's quite a lot to take in and kind of digest and get through. Going to be whizzing through the first half of the list and then get a bit more in depth as I go on. And yeah, it should be good fun, and I'm excited for another little dip into the bass past. Let's go. Just before we get going though, going to mention that I have a new triple live review up on the Patreon page where I am covering the new tracks from Snails, Spaghetti and Infinite, and Sharks, his new remix of Coma by Asora. And yeah, just £5 at 5 smackers each month for 2 of those every month, on top of the 3 videos that I put up on the main channel every week, and loads more on offer with the different tiers on the Patreon page. So yeah, if you want to help support the channel and help it reach its full potential and get some exclusive or bonus content along the way, yeah, check out the different tiers and get involved. But yeah, on with the list, and first up here, going to go through the honourable mentions, which, yeah, these are interesting. I'm trying to think if there are any that I would actually put in now to the top 50. Might be Road Warrior by Digitist. Really love that tune. Maybe Party Pump. The Eliminate, not, you know, far from one of my favourite tunes of his, I would say. The Somnium sound in Jet Set Devil is pretty fucking good, and yeah, might move that one just into the top 50 with the Stone Bank as well. And then beyond that, the Trollface and Sabantics that we have here penultimately. Yeah, very good as well. The Dab That Dabbed Back. I mean, a funny title, and the vocal sample usage in that tune is so good. First up, we have Matroda, The Drive. I think, yeah, one of my favourites of his, and a very solid and cheeky house tune. Would keep it around there. And then after that, Eptic, No Mercy. And you know what I remember here in my kind of infancy of or as being a reviewer, yeah, I kind of thought that people would get at me if I didn't have an Eptic tune in there, and I was never really a massive fan of that tune and that EP that it comes from. So I think that I put that in, just sneaked that one in at number 49, because I thought that if I didn't, that people would, you know, have a go at me or something like that. But hearing it again, you know, I heard them all before I came on and started filming this video, might put it just outside now. Black Roses, fantastic house tune, keep it around there. Listen, I think for me, even, you know, 3 years on, this is for me my personal favourite Odd Prophet tune, so I might put that one up. I think that's his best production that I've heard so far, and best percussion as well overall, and also some of his most captivating ideas as well. So yeah, that one I can imagine putting up a decent amount. Cerberus by Poseidon, a kind of epic dubstep tune, which you don't get much of at the moment these days, you know, that kind of drawn out and expansive look and take on dubstep. But yeah, that one again might just leave around there. You know, some of the ideas are a bit, you know, not quite as on point or as captivating, as enthralling. Flavor D, Acting Stank, what a tune. I think this one is one that's grown on me quite a lot. You know, so infectious, such a lovely tune. kind of bassliney, and just a fantastic bop. I love it so much. And that one I might put up a bit. Hey Boy by Troy Boy, I think I would put that down just a couple of places. Like, it is good, but far from his best, and I think even maybe one or two from that EP it comes from that I might even enjoy more. Blade by Company, yeah, pretty good there. Maybe a couple down, but, you know, still in the top 50. Then we have Helix by Lodge Boy. Not a tune that many people know of, or, you know, Lodge Boy overall. And this tune, I mean, wow, it's one of those where it's so underground, but you find it and you're just like, fuck. I am grateful for having found that because it's so good. And yeah, going to recommend that strongly. Finishing off the 50 to 41, One by Direct, which was the title tune for one of my favourite EPs of that year, and one of my favourite EPs of the decade, you might remember. It's got a long and lasting impact to it, and I've enjoyed it more and more as I've heard it again and again. So yeah, One by Direct. We're putting that into the 30s, I think. Yeah, quite comfortably so. Liking that. 40 to 31, and first off we have my pick from the Dodge and Fusky album, the greatest album of all time. And yeah, this one, I like it, a good bit of fun, but, you know, as I've heard it again, I think I found it to be quite ordinary, you know, but it's very short and over and done with very quickly. So yeah, not a lot to it, but good fun, and I like it for that. Same with Mother Cluckers by Jaws and Snails. You know, I'm not going to say what the actual title is. Motherfuckers, yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, I mean, again, a pretty straightforward house kind of number with a good bass line to it. That do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Let's give that a listen. I actually fucking love it, and I want to hear it right now. Then moving on, we have The Beauty and The Laser Gun by Panda Eyes, which is, I think for me, personally, my favourite Disciple tune that he put out. So yeah, that was good, and a good little switch up and change from the dubstep norm for him. Psych by Rage Mode is kind of like Hungry Hippos in that ultimately just a good, you know, fun, bit of piece of fun, bass house kind of number. Very uplifting and joyous and happy. Moving on from there, Hyper Bro Step. I mean, yeah, just a solid Bro Step number from Mr. Jarvis himself. Yep, seems about right there. A good tune. And then moving on, Fracture by Basic. Really liking this tune. I mean, I like it. I think quite a unique idea. And yeah, one that kind of took me aback when I first heard it, and which still impresses me today and is one of my favourites of his. So yeah, again, it seems about right there. And talking of unique tunes, I think Cleansing is one that I would put quite a bit higher from Noisia and Former. When I think of Former's style and the weirdness of it, the kookiness of it, the quirkiness of it, and yeah, just how out there it can be, often I hear it and I find myself thinking, it just needs a bit more kind of melodic toning to it and refinement in that department to make it really, really infectious music that I want to go back to again and again. Because sometimes it's just a bit too weird and doesn't really have an idea for me to go back to and hang on to and remember. But Noisia just honed that completely on Cleansing, and it's such a perfect mix of their style. So yeah, that one I think I would have to put it into the 20s if I had to, if I was doing it again, which I'm doing right now. So yeah, that one is, it's subtle, but it's fucking good. Make It Drop, one of the catchiest tunes I heard that year in 2018, and yeah, fantastic bass line, very infectious, and knows what to do in the development and progression of it. Very clever, and yeah, just well put together. Beyond that, we have Revelations by Hades, which is another one here that I might have to put up a few places. Like, it's just the production of it so powerful, and again, another vocal sample which is just very memorable and fitting with the instrumental perfectly, and yeah, the sense of story to it, futuristic and dystopian image and story just unfurling in front of you, very creepy. And then finishing off the 30s here, we have Mind by Cage, which is, yeah, just one of the best bass house tunes I heard that year. Yeah, getting quite difficult now. The places aren't really freeing themselves up here. Moving into 30 to 21, though, I think one track that I can take out and a space I can free up is Humanoid 2.0, because, you know, as much as I love it and the vocal sample, which is just so good, it's a remix. It's technically a VIP. So I don't know why, but for some reason I put this one in my originals list of that year, but really I should have put it in my remixes video because it is a VIP. That one I've got to take out, but I think to remember it, because we are taking it out, just got to remember that vocal sample. Fuck me, is it good. Not the best snare in the world, but fuck me, that vocal is so good. Hot by Rusko is my favourite recent tune of his, talking about last 3-4 years or so, his kind of resurgence since he recovered from having cancer. But yeah, that one I might put down just a bit in comparison with others here. Yeah, not quite as good for me as some of the others that were behind it, in my opinion, which I've kind of realised over time. Then Out on My Own, fantastic song. And I think it was with this kind of tune that I realised how much I loved his music. I think it really connected with me, just how you can meld vocal, you know, your own vocal from him and dubstep. So yeah, perfect match, and that one I would put up just a bit. Then we have Rise Up, which is also bloody good. Another good house tune here. The one thing maybe not putting it higher is the second drop, this kind of breakbeat cut, or drop, sorry, which is, yeah, not quite as good as the first one, but still quite good. And that bass line, as I touched on, fantastic. Ultima, one of the most underrated mid-tempo tunes that I've ever heard. I don't think there have been that many powerful, enthralling, and thrilling mid-tempo collaborations. And yeah, for me, as well as the Lodge Boy that I mentioned earlier, I think that one, if I'm going to mention and recommend any underrated and underground kind of number from the bass scene, from the list I'm going over right here, then it's going to be that one. That tune, it's just got everything, and it's so fucking good. Two artists there who are massively underrated and slept on in this scene, and who made a fantastic tune together. Yep, check it out. In the Night at number 25, and yeah, some of you will know, if you've watched my recent monthly roundup, that yeah, I was talking about the new Sullivan King EP, and for me, he's just far better as a featuring artist, as a vocalist, where he's so good, and that tune for me is the perfect example. And yeah, just such a great track. Those Nights, Dusty Cloud, a very solid tune, very dark, gritty, and yeah, gruesome. Suerdate by PNP and Daps, yeah, a good tune. Good, you know, not often that we get a good rap kind of vocal in a heavy trap tune, but that is what we get there. Not quite, you know, stand out and knockout music, so might put that down a few, maybe even out of the 20s and into the 30s, but yeah, still a good tune and lots of good going for it, I can't deny. And then after that, we have Bounce by Trinity. I loved the Ultimate EP so much, and I felt like I had to include one of them. I remember that year, I was like, I just have to put at least one of them in. There still isn't a track for me, I don't think, that I love from start to finish. So many incredible moments throughout the whole thing, but yeah, no one tune that I love completely from beginning to end. Nothing against the EP overall, I love it so much. Can't play that down enough, but yeah, in terms of individual numbers and cuts and whatnot, yeah, not quite one that I love from start to finish. So Bounce I might put down just a bit. And then fucking Machete by Mastodon, formerly known as Mastodon, sorry, now known as Marauder. An incredible tune, and I think to date my favourite track from him. So might put that one up quite a few places actually, maybe just outside the top 10. Fantastic production as well, and the ideas are good. Really effective, just overall, and I love it so much. Getting into the latter stages now, and fuck me, Play Card, Triller, what a tune. Where's my guy gone? Like, he just came in, dropped this absolute banger, and then dipped. But my god, fucking hell, what a banger. Incredible. And, you know, we talked earlier about the Poseidon and epic dubstep, and that is epic as well. That is fucking epic right there. Play Card, incredible tune. Would move up, you know, such an incredible sense of story to it, you know, for a dubstep tune from that era. So, yeah, really good. Moving that one up. Same with Get High by Oliver. So I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful number. Kind of like the opposite or antithesis from Play Card. But same amount of feeling, just a different kind. But yeah, those two I would definitely move up quite a bit here, I think. And then Danger by Death Pact, really good tune, but not quite as star-studded as Play Card and Get High, and a couple others that we got in the 20 to 30 kind of region. But yeah, same I think with The Fight, even though it is good, and I think is a bit of a trailblazer for Riddim, being that kind of loud and in your face and direct with its ideas. I think quite a lot of music, and this can't be played down, I think quite a lot of music has taken after Ivory. And then moving on, Bling Bling Malar, what a fucking fun tune. Loads of flavour and colour, and just, I mean, it's one of those where I can't really describe it any better than that. And what I'm going to do now is just give you a little teaser, a little sample of it, because it is just a lot of fucking fun. Yeah, I mean, it just makes me fucking happy, and the ideas are jokes, the fucking production's colourful, it's punchy and snappy, so it sounds about right there for me. Hit 'Em is still my favourite Subtronics tune, in combination with Boogie T here. I heard it the other day, and I kind of realised again the genius of this tune, and I don't use that lightly. The flow of it, the way it's managed, and the range of sounds we get here, the way it progresses and develops, and just the awareness here of when to be a bit more full-on, when to be a bit more quiet, and just the relationship here between everything going on is so expertly done, and I can't play that down enough. Terror, one of my favourite hybrid trap tunes of all time. Very, very good, so well cut, savage, gnarly, all that shit. Love it, love it, love it. And then moving on, oh fuck. Oh shit, man. I have to admit, I had forgotten about that. There was just no limitations at all to her creativity and design, and this one for me was the epitome of that. I love that song so much. Like, it's just beyond anything else I've heard before. It's unbelievable. And yeah, hearing it again now and looking back on it, it's not even a question of whether I would put it up, and the kind of legacy that she was leaving with music like that. And God, it's so sad. An absolute once-in-a-generation producer and musician and artist. And now we do have to spend time looking back over it and appreciating it more, celebrating it as much as we can. And yeah, all that being said, Face Shopping 100% going into that top 10 now. Completely and utterly revolutionary music, and it will stick with me, and yeah, I will cherish it forever. There's just no question. Moving on here again, Widder. Yeah, you know, it is a song that I enjoy, but I think over time I've kind of realised that when I initially heard it and when I did enjoy it, I was kind of just riding off the hype of it being Skrillex and Joyride, if you get me. I was just like, I was so overwhelmed with the fact and the idea that they had worked together on a tune and actually put it out, that I was just like, I was so taken aback by that was very much the thing that kind of kept me going with it. When I hear it back now, I'm just like, the ideas aren't amazing. It has a couple of good bits to it, like the drum solo and the vocal sample, which are good. But then, yeah, beyond that, just not amazing, not special. And for me, not really worthy of the place I gave it here. After that, the final one before the top 10, which is just, you know, we talk about Infectious before with Make It Drop, but this one, Dacian, is just another level. This bass line really brings you in, just so dark, brooding, and alluring. And yeah, I'm gonna play it right here because it's fucking good. For me, I don't get how you can't like that. Like, fuck me, the pull of it, incredible! But moving on into the top 10, and first up we have Moon Love by Boombox Cartel. Maybe not quite as star-studded as others that we get here in the list, so that one, yeah, I might move down just a bit. Not quite as much star quality and, yeah, just showiness, I suppose, in comparison to a few that we have before. So that one moving down, not a lot, but just a bit. Then after that, I mean Odyssey, Barely Alive, title tune and introduction to their sophomore album. Very good and very on point as an introduction, and yeah, just so good. I think one of those where you hear it and you're like, that is exactly what Barely Alive are about. Amazing introduction within the introduction that it is, and then the bro step and the way it's cut, the production, fucking brilliant. Not putting it up, but maybe just about right there. Then after that, another brilliant album that this tune comes from. We have the Uprising album from Temenai, and my favourite from that. And you know, this time with just a load more melodic and musical prowess laced throughout the whole thing. Loads of instrumentation weaved into the dubstep, and just, yeah, the fucking melodic class that we have on show here. And yeah, the range of sounds and just the story of it. Again, it's that thing of really taking you on a journey, and you know, loads of different emotions on show here. Then after that, we're talking about some big tunes right here, right fucking here. Show up for me, as I kind of touched on in my retro review of German Engineering. I don't think on that EP that it's my outright favourite. I might have said that in the review actually, but you know, in retrospect, kind of thinking about it again, I don't think it's my outright favourite. However, I do think that it is an incredible tune for what it is, and so it's kind of one of those where, you know, you might not appreciate it fully, you know, to the max kind of thing, but, you know, you do just have to look at it and think, wow, what a piece of music, what a composition. Tempted in a way to put it up a couple, but then I look at the ones in front of it and I'm just like, fuck, it's practically impossible. So, yeah, don't think I can budge it. Feels about right there. And then, yeah, moving on. Experience points, my god, one of my favourite, maybe my favourite ever melodic dubstep tune. I mean, incredible. The mix of dubstep savagery and emotional, melancholic and reflective, inspiring and uplifting melody is just a tune for the ages. And my god, this is just exactly what you want, in my opinion, from a tune, you know, for what it's trying to do, melding melody and musicality well with the heaviness of dubstep that we love it for. If we're talking about an exhibition in that kind of thing, that kind of ballpark, that kind of genre, that for me, it isn't beaten. It's fucking good, incredible even, and yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Then we have, for me, the best freeform tune that I've ever heard. Arrival, Peekaboo. There is no song. I don't think I've heard a song that so accurately depicts and puts you in the image and story that it's trying to create. You know, here, you hear it and you can just see the fucking aliens coming down from above. They're taking over. The world is going to end and we're going to be governed by aliens from now on. That's it. We're fucked. And yeah, that is exactly why that tune works so well. And beyond that, beyond it being majestic, just the production is unbelievable. Ideas are super solid and it never ventures from that too much. And yeah, just knows what it's good for. Fantastic tune. Definitely worthy of top 5 for me. And yeah, going to keep that there as well. Kaiju, my god, what a colossal tune. Fuck. What I think I'm going to do, I think, goddamn, as much as I love it, as much as I do love it, a fantastic collaboration and meld and mix between the styles of Spaghetti and Crimer. As much as I love it, I am maybe going to peg it down just a couple here to number 4. Yeah, I'm going to do that and move Kaiju into number 3 and Witch Doctor, one of my favourite vocal trap tunes of all time. I'm going to move that into number 2. So yeah, now we have Arrival, then Goddamn, then Kaiju, then Witch Doctor. Yeah, very sure of that. That is just... that would be knockout stuff, actually. I'm fine with that. Just a lot of fucking good bass music here. But my undoubted favourite does still have to be Castles by Sudden Death. I think for me, yeah, it's the best tune that came out of the rhythm era of dubstep, in my opinion. No doubt for me, you know, no question. Head and shoulders above every other tune of that kind, doing that kind of thing, and again, from that era. And yeah, we're talking about from midway through 2017 or maybe the end of 2016 to, I think, the midway point of last year, where rhythm was really at the front, and that kind of approach, and yeah, just way of delivering dubstep was right at the front of the bass scene and dubstep generally as well. And yeah, I think that period we're kind of, slowly getting out of it now. I think rhythm will be still a big force and a big thing, but not quite as much at the forefront, if you get me. And especially when being delivered in that way, now we're getting more bleepy bloopy kind of approaches and more melodic stuff as well, which is cool. But yeah, for that era when it was dark and for the most part quite repetitive and quite energy sapping, I would say, no qualms in saying that. I think tunes like this one, and this one in particular, which just has so much going for it beyond the rhythm approach, really shone through. And yeah, this tune, it's got the fantastic kind of Disney-like enchanting introduction, then the drops are fantastic, and the change from one to another, the vocal samples and the production, that is what bass music is good for, in my opinion. Just inspiring all that kind of energy in you and getting the darkness, the naughtiness in full flow. So yeah, that would have to be still my outright number one. I fucking love it. So yeah, I mean, a decent amount there that I would probably change if I was to do it again and shape that list and order it and whatnot, which is just further proof that, music can really grow on you over time, and you can also fall out of love with music and realize that you liked it for completely weird and even wrong and different reasons to what you thought you did and what you originally liked it for. So, yeah, just a nice, it's always a nice kind of practice, I think, as a way of, putting yourself in check and kind of realizing what you like music for and why you do and how music can grow on you. It's a powerful thing, that kind of art, and we love it. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And what did you make of my list, my original one, and then the changes that I would make? Yeah, what did you make of it all? The different range of genres we got and the producers mentioned and all that. I want to hear your thoughts. Drop them down below, but also I want to know if you can remember. Maybe we'll take a bit of a research and whatnot, but whatever. I want to hear your favourite tunes from that year as well in bass music. I want to hear them all. Beyond that, subscribe if you're yet to, hit the bell along the way, and my social media accounts and Discord are linked below, as well as, of course, the Nawtystep Patreon page, which I mentioned earlier. But yeah, after that, I hope you're all well. Keep it naughty. If it's naughty, then you know. And again, hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall see all of you in the next one. Peace!